Frenhelm da. Right, get it? My Welsh is like pretty amazing. So, don't be jealous. All right, gang, let's go through your task list for this coming week. So let's jump into it. We can see here this is to be completed by week 8. Now again, I would say to jump on this fairly early. Doesn't mean you have to do the tasks early, but at least check it out. Check out the videos, know that you can find them, all those kinds of things. All right. So number 1, preparation. Watch these videos. They're about 10 minutes each. Now some videos might be 2 minutes, some might be 20 minutes, but they're about 10 minutes each. So we can see we have Dart Manipulation Explains, Dart Manipulation for bodice blocks. Now we're doing Dart Manipulation next week. We'll be doing that first thing in the morning. Now Dart Manipulation is where we manipulate the darts, and if you don't know what dart is, that's something for you to add to your glossary of terms. We manipulate the dart depending on the body shape underneath, or to get a 3-dimensional effect. Then we're looking at sleeve openings here. So we have rib, trim, cuff attach, faced openings, continuous strips, a placket opening, sleeve manipulation, looking at fabric selection, basic sleeve pattern manipulation, garment discussion, the shirt, where Sue explains the sleeves openings. And then lastly, this is a project management video about Gantt charts, which is a type of chart used to create a critical path. Now you find all of it, aside from the Gantt chart one, you'll find all of these under either one of these 3 folders. So it's important, we want you to explore, so take a dig around. Now they'll be double up, so you'll see them under more than one folder, but check it out. If you still can't get onto FCI instruction support on Blackboard, let me know straight away. I'll be slightly annoyed because I've reminded you about 25,000 times, but I'd rather know and send you the link than not. So, some tasks for this week. Watch each video and take notes about each process. Now, as we saw from Amelia's talk, what I'd recommend for those notes are literally that you write down how to do the process, along with your little simple sketches. As I said here, this should include diagrams and sketches. Now, you might also take note on not just the processes, but also some tips and tricks. So let's say when you might get one that a technique that looks a bit tricky for you, or something that you're like, oh, I have to remember to use the wrong side of the fabric, or go across the grain. That's something to write down there. Okay. Number 2, transfer your half-scale blocks to cardboard if you haven't already done so. So this is the second time I've reminded you in one of these task lists, and the 3rd time I've told you to do it. So you're going to need at least 2 fully mounted copies. So please make sure you do that. Number 3, decide which full-scale shirt pattern you would like, male or female. Now in your packs, you were given 2 full-scale shirt patterns. One was a male and one was female. They are slightly different, but they're very similar techniques. It doesn't really matter which one you choose, but it's your choice. I would say, hey, look, if you want to potentially wear the shirt, then go with whatever you want. But if you want a bit of a challenge, then go with one that you're not familiar with. So if you're mostly familiar with female clothing, then go with male, and vice versa. Number 4, cut out your full-scale shirt pattern. Make sure you cut out all the pieces, so make sure that you recognize all the pieces ready to use next week. So place them all together, ready to go. Using the video as a starting point, the Gantt chart video, create a plan for the next 2 weeks. So 1 week and the rest of this week, think about how you might document this in your folder. So what I'm looking for here is that you're able to project, here are the things I need to complete over the next 2 weeks, and you can base it on your experience this week. Now, if you want to go further than that and do it for the rest of the module, I'd be very happy if you were to do that. Then we look at, okay, so this is what's going to happen in the next 2 weeks. Then based on that, this is what I need to complete in the next week. And then based on that, this is what I need to complete in the rest of this week. So you can take a leaf out of Amelia's book and do something like a daily planner based on that. Number 6, collect all of your equipment and pack ready for class. So we still had a few students this week who didn't have all the equipment they needed for class. So it's really important that you do have that stuff. We understand that students are under some financial stress, which is why I sent that list out to you in the summer. In August, I think, was the very latest I sent it to you, so that you could plan ready for this term. It's important to get the right equipment. Still people are using very tiny scissors or incorrect pattern masters and bits and pieces like that. Like, get the things you need to do. Make your life easier, right? If you're left-handed, use left-handed scissors, for crying out loud. If you're right-handed, use scissors that are longer than your thumb, so that you can actually cut out in an efficient way. All right, let's have a look. How does this fit in? Well, the process covered in these videos is all about changing the shape of garment details. Sorry, I'll start it again. So how does this fit in? The processes covered in these videos are all about changing the shape of garment details and making them fit the body and fit the aesthetic of the designer and the wearer. So what we're looking at here is really three-dimensional sculpture, right? Pattern manipulation is all about three-dimensional sculpture. That's what we're looking at, how to alter the details of a shirt. With these techniques, you can design any shirt that's ever existed and any shirt that ever will exist. The project management side of things is designed to help you effectively plan your time. I know it can be scary and I know it is a bit difficult, but you've got to give it a go. So something that I've seen this week so far is that people shying away from things that they're struggling with. If you shy away from them, they're not going to get easier. If you run away from them, they're not going to get easier. If you don't attempt them, they're not going to get easier. They will just get harder. So may as well have a crack on and have a go and make a few mistakes and, screw it up a couple of times and learn where you've screwed up and how to resolve that than to avoid it. Okay, have oithnostar, have a wonderful week, and please also make sure you get some rest. As Amelia said, eating the right kind of foods, making sure you get plenty of water, making sure you get plenty of rest is really important. This is that kind of module that's a marathon, not a sprint, so it's important that you do a little bit every day. Okay, have a wonderful, wonderful week, and I will see you, I'll see you next week.